There was some rumors that Chrisean might have snitched in a murder case.
There's been a lot of talk around Blueface and his baby mama, Chrisean Rock. 1090 Jake recently shared his belief that Chrisean might have talked to some people about her baby daddy's case before his court date. He even suggested she may have done this to make sure she was good in her own situation. A few months before Jake spoke out, Chrisean herself admitted she'd been talking to people to cover her own back just before her arrest. She made it clear, though, that she wasn't afraid and wasn't trying to run from anyone. So the real question is, how much did Chrisean reveal to help herself get out sooner than Blueface? And here's the thing, despite all the talk about snitching, why does she seem so calm and unbothered by it all? What's really going on behind the scenes, and how does she stay so chill in the middle of all this drama? To figure out if Chrisean Rock actually snitched after her arrest, let's take a closer look at the Bonnie and Clyde of the internet, Chrisean and Blueface. These two have stayed nearly inseparable even after their individual arrests. We'll get into the details of how and why they both ended up behind bars later, but for now, let's focus on what they had to say while they were locked up. Blueface, who's currently serving time for probation violation, had a heart-to-heart with 1090 Jake during an interview with DJ Vlad. In this interview, Jake spilled some details about what was really going on behind the scenes. This conversation gave a deeper understanding of Blueface's situation and made people wonder just how involved Chrisean might have been. What was really going on between them? And did Chrisean do anything to help her situation? Stay tuned, because the twists and turns are just getting started. The conversation took an unexpected twist when it came to light that Chrisean Rock might have snitched on the man she's been with. 1090 Jake started off by talking about how Blueface is caught up in one of the most toxic relationships out there and that it might be the reason he's sitting behind bars. I don't know all the details, but I'm pretty sure that's what got him locked up, Jake said. But Jake didn't stop there. He went on to explain that Blueface actually reached out to him at one point. He mentioned some rumors that had been floating around, and Jake hinted that these rumors could be a big part of what's been going on. The more Jake talked, the more it seemed like there might be more to Chrisean's actions than anyone first thought. Could the rumors be true? It looks like there's a lot more happening behind the scenes than we knew. The mystery deepens, and fans are left wondering what's really going on. There's also been some talk that Chrisean might have snitched in a murder case, which definitely raised a lot of questions. DJ Vlad's guest admitted he didn't have any solid proof of this, but he did confirm that Blueface and Chrisean share a pretty deep bond. As the interview went on, 1090 Jake didn't hold back. He really hammered home the point that the toxicity of their relationship is having a negative impact on Blueface. He made it clear that it's not good for him, but when it came to Chrisean, Jake wasn't so sure. DJ Vlad, however, had a different take. He pointed out that no matter how toxic their relationship might seem, Blueface and Chrisean have become one of the most talked about couples in the game. Their connection, for all its chaos, keeps everyone watching and talking. It's clear that, despite all the drama, they've turned their messy love story into a major headline. The drama surrounding Blueface and Chrisean Rock is something fans just can't get enough of. 1090 Jake didn't hold back, mentioning that Chrisean hasn't exactly been the most responsible mom. He pointed out that she's sometimes seen carrying her baby in a car seat without it being properly secured. While we don't know how serious this is just yet, it's definitely something people are paying attention to when it comes to her role as a first-time mom. But here's the thing, Chrisean is known for being pretty open about her own mistakes. Some might even say she's snitching on herself. Back in August, it was reported that while she was in custody, she admitted to her wrongs. This has led some to wonder if she's been too honest for her own good. With all this going on, fans are left wondering if Chrisean is giving up too much of her personal life or if it's all part of the show. Chrisean recently dropped a bombshell, admitting to having a pound of marijuana in her car during her arrest in Oklahoma back in 2022. Things got out of hand when she clashed with the police, and since then, there's been an active warrant for her arrest. After the incident, she decided to leave town, and for 2 whole years, she's been off the radar. But now, Chrisean is back, and during an Instagram Live, she confidently told her fans that she's still wanted in Oklahoma. In typical Chrisean fashion, she didn't hold back. She made it clear she has no plans to turn herself in anytime soon. Instead, she shared her future plans and explained why she's not interested in dealing with the police right now. Fans are buzzing, wondering what's next for her. Chrisean opened up about how her love for her child played a big part in her decision to avoid turning herself in. She shared that if it weren't for her son, she might have just gone to jail and gotten it over with. But right now, she's focused on being careful because she doesn't want to be locked up while her little one is growing up. She wants to be there for him every step of the way. Still, things took a twist. Just 2 months after revealing that she was wanted by the authorities, the situation finally caught up to her. On Monday, June 10th, Chrisean and her toddler son were spotted at a court hearing, showing that things were now getting serious. Fans are watching closely to see how this all plays out. Blueface and Chrisean were in San Fernando Valley, California when the police spotted her and quickly moved in. They slapped the handcuffs on her, and despite the officers' efforts to keep things calm, Chrisean wasn't having it. With a defiant look, she refused to be tamed as they escorted her away from her baby daddy and their son. A reporter tried to get the scoop, asking about her charges, but Chrisean wasn't having it. "I don't know what they're talking about," she snapped. "They're saying I've got another case downtown, but I don't even need to be there. I've got my people looking into it." Even with her nonchalant attitude, the officer wasn't backing down, and it was clear this situation wasn't over. Fans are left wondering what's next for Chrisean as her legal troubles continue to unfold. As Chrisean was taken away, an officer explained to the reporters that she had an active warrant for her arrest in Oklahoma. TMZ later revealed that 5 LAPD officers were already on standby, waiting for her. 2 female officers carefully searched Chrisean, and during the process, they took her child away from her. Meanwhile, the drama kept piling up. Blueface's parents jumped into the mix, sparking a heated online argument about who would take care of their grandson. Just when you thought the situation couldn't get any crazier, Blueface and Chrisean's ongoing drama kept everyone talking. Fans are left wondering how this all will play out as the chaos continues to unfold. Chrisean got locked up and fans couldn't believe the drama that followed. The couple, already going through so much, ended up in a heated argument over something unexpected. Blueface's mom, Chrisean, was demanding that her ex-husband step in, but Blueface's dad, Jonathan Michael Porter SR, refused to take any responsibility. What made things even crazier was that Blueface's dad actually had a better relationship with Chrisean than with his ex-wife, so his refusal felt pretty hard to believe. The whole situation had everyone asking, "Is this why you're here?" As the family drama played out in front of everyone, keeping fans on edge to see what would happen next. The argument seemed to be more about Blueface's son than Chrisean and Blueface's child, and it got fans thinking about all the toxic moments in their relationship. Blueface and Chrisean Rock's romance has been nothing short of dramatic, with physical fights and some messy snitching. Fans couldn't help but remember the time back in March when Chrisean made a video saying Blueface scammed her. She opened up about how he refused to pay her back what he owed, even going as far as saying she'd be ready to die if he tried to set her up. "I don't know why you pulled up, you ain't pull up," she said, clearly frustrated. The whole situation kept everyone watching, wondering what would happen next in their wild drama. The argument seemed to be more about Blueface's son than Chrisean and Blueface's child, and it got fans thinking about all the toxic moments in their relationship. Blueface and Chrisean Rock's romance has been nothing short of dramatic, with physical fights and some messy snitching. Fans couldn't help but remember the time back in March when Chrisean made a video saying Blueface scammed her. She opened up about how he refused to pay her back what he owed, even going as far as saying she'd be ready to die if he tried to set her up. "I don't know why you pulled up, you ain't pull up," she said, clearly frustrated. The whole situation kept everyone watching, wondering what would happen next in their wild drama. Things took a wild turn when Blueface punched Chrisean in the face and then went live on Instagram. Chrisean wasn't holding back and quickly shared her side of the story. "What's up, y'all? He invited me to his house to drop off his son. I get there, and while I'm getting out of the car, he punches me in my face," she explained. To make her story even more convincing, she posted photos of their conversation, showing that Blueface really did invite her over. Fans didn't hesitate to believe her, but they also called out both Chrisean and Blueface for their never-ending drama. Many felt like it was finally time for Chrisean, who often got caught up in the chaos, to break free from this toxic cycle. People were ready for her to stop the pattern and move on for good. As the situation played out, fans couldn't help but wonder why Chrisean was still with Blueface. While some focused on the couple's constant drama, most of the comments were concerned about their child. One person wrote, "Does she not see she's showing proof of child endangerment? She's driving, recording herself, holding a phone, and talking all while her baby is in the back seat. That's illegal in California, especially with an infant." Another fan added, "This is messed up. Chrisean and Blueface should never put their child in harm's way like this. People were way more worried about the baby's safety than the mess between Chrisean and Blueface." Fans were left hoping for a change before things got worse. Fans couldn't help but notice that Chrisean and Blueface's baby isn't even one yet, and they're already facing what seems like years of drama. One fan pointed out, "It's wild how whenever Blueface calls, Chrisean just drops everything and goes. Girls, you need to stand up for yourselves." These are the women who keep getting hurt because they always go back when someone shows a little bit of interest. Chrisean, though, wasn't letting things slide. She said Blueface got physical with her and bravely stood up for herself by shouting at him and taking his phone. But it left everyone wondering, how did their relationship get so toxic? Fans were left questioning how it all spiraled so out of control. Chrisean and Blueface's relationship has had fans asking a lot of questions, especially after all the drama they've been through. From Chrisean calling him out to snitching on him and even getting physical, it's been a messy ride. So, how did it all start? Well, their chaotic relationship began back in 2020 when Blueface invited Chrisean into his life. What started as something simple quickly turned into a roller coaster of drama, with constant fights and emotional moments. Fans have been glued to their screens trying to figure out how things got so out of control. The big question now is, how much longer can this all keep going on? It all kicked off when Blueface brought Chrisean and a group of other women into his mansion for his Blue Girls Club reality show, where the goal was to find his perfect match. The competition was fierce, with each girl fighting for his attention, and Chrisean was right in the middle of it. Things got heated when she got into a fight with Jade and Alexis, one of Blueface's baby mamas. Chrisean even lost a tooth during the fight, but that didn't stop her from winning over viewers with her bold and passionate love for Blueface. At the time, no one knew that this love story was just beginning. When Blueface was asked about Chrisean, he shared his thoughts on her, unaware of how intense their relationship would become. Fans were already hooked, but what they didn't know was that this was just the start of a wild, drama-filled journey. What started as a competition quickly turned into something much bigger, and no one could have predicted how it would all unfold. At first, Blueface wasn't exactly a fan of Chrisean. He admitted, "I hated her. Well, not hated, but I just thought she was too loud and too weird," but as time went on, her quirky personality started to stand out, and people began to warm up to her. The more she played up to the camera, the more she caught everyone's attention. Soon, she became a standout star on the Blue Girls Club, not just for the drama, but for her impact on the show. Blueface even admitted feeling guilty when Chrisean lost her tooth in the fight on his show. But looking back, it wasn't just about the tooth. What really made the situation memorable was how it added fuel to their already wild relationship. Fans watched it all unfold, unsure of where things were headed next. From drama to unexpected moments, it was clear that this was just the beginning of a much bigger story. I couldn't shake the feeling of guilt. It was like, wow, I really need to make things right, because deep down, I felt responsible for what happened. Then, in 2022, Chrisean and Blueface blew up online with all their drama. The rapper went public, accusing the reality TV star, who had already left his record label, of stealing his car and heading to Baltimore. He blasted her on Instagram, calling her a thief and saying he had lost all respect for her. "She took my car and thought she could just drive all the way to Baltimore 25 hours away," he ranted. A thief, plain and simple. It was crazy to watch this all unfold. Blueface didn't hold back when he said the worst thing a woman could do is steal. He even mentioned he'd have more respect for her if she just asked for help, like, "Come bail me out." He then shared screenshots of their messages, where he tried to help her after realizing she had broken into his home. The shocking part? Blueface only found out Chan was involved in the theft when he saw a note she had written on the wall, using blood she had cut herself while breaking in. When speaking to DJ Vlad about it, Blueface's manager, Wack 100, backed up the accusations, confirming it was all true. Can you imagine being caught in that kind of mess? It's wild. Wack 100, Blueface's manager, made it clear that he works with Blueface, not Chrisean, because he finds her too hard to manage. He shared that just 2 days after Blueface's car went missing, he got a call about it. Turns out Chan had driven the car for over 1,500 miles and got pulled over by Oklahoma patrol officers. They found a controlled substance in the vehicle, and Chan was the one driving it. Wack was stunned, saying, "What is going on?" The car sat there while everything got sorted out, and things got pretty serious for Chrisean. A video even surfaced online showing her locked up. Can you imagine? What a crazy turn of events. Even while locked up, Chrisean was trying to stay in good spirits. She was talking to someone she called Big Baby and explained how she was using the time to heal. "I'm really focusing on healing from a lot of stuff," she said. "I'll share some of it, but not everything. You know how that goes. But yeah, when I get out, I'm gonna be better." Just as fans were starting to miss her, Chrisean pulled another stunt, this time with Blueface's mom, Carissa. The two got into an altercation and ended up assaulting each other. Talk about keeping things dramatic. It's like she can't stay out of trouble. Chrisean didn't hold back, saying, "I'm not happy about it, but there's really nothing to be happy about. And seriously, why'd you have to show up and start trouble with my sister? I don't even get it. She just pulled up looking for a fight." Later, Carissa, Blueface's mom, opened up about the situation in a raw interview on Hollywood Unlocked. She shared that she and Chrisean teamed up because Chrisean was bringing in money.
Yeah.
But Carissa didn't hold back either. She admitted to calling out Blueface for constantly bringing too many women to her home. Apparently, his plan was for them to stay there like some kind of camp. Talk about messy. The drama just keeps getting crazier. Carissa was really upset because she felt like she was taking care of Chan's dog in her own home, and it didn't sit right with her. She said she was already frustrated with Chrisean because she had set some rules, but Chrisean seemed to be trying to get Blueface to bend those rules. Things quickly heated up, and soon enough, they were exchanging some pretty harsh words. Carissa even said Chrisean threw a jar at her dog, which made things even worse. But what hurt Carissa the most was how her son was reacting. She felt disrespected by him and kept arguing with him. Chrisean wasn't backing down either, telling Carissa, "You're going to tell me what to do. I'm going at him about this." The whole situation just went downhill fast. Can you believe the drama? Chrisean was fired up, feeling like Blueface had pushed her to stand up for herself, and she wasn't about to back down. As she went at him, all of a sudden she heard loud bangs on the side of her head, and next thing she knew, she was dizzy. A few months later, things got even crazier. Blueface hit Chrisean's dad in front of everyone, and the fight went down with family members watching. Chrisean, right by his side, was screaming for the men to stop. Even after security broke up the fight, Blueface wasn't done. He tried to challenge Chrisean's dad again, with Chrisean still standing there. The tension just kept building and the drama didn't seem to end. It's wild, right? You might think the drama between Chrisean and Blueface was just about their families, but it's way more than that. Their relationship has had its fair share of physical fights too. In 2022, Chrisean didn't hold back. She punched Blueface in public, and instead of defending himself, he just walked away. It didn't stop there though. Security had to step in, and Chrisean ended up getting arrested. But the craziness didn't end in that moment. A few weeks later, Chrisean and Blueface were at it again, throwing punches on Hollywood Boulevard. Blueface even complained about the whole thing afterward, but clearly their drama was far from over. Can you believe the chaos they keep causing? It's like a never-ending saga. Chrisean's violent behavior hit a new level when she posted on Instagram showing just how out of control things had gotten. This time there wasn't any hitting, but she almost set Blueface's house on fire. Thankfully, the rapper got home just in time to catch her before the fire could do any real damage. But here's the twist: fans weren't buying it. They thought it was all staged, especially since Blueface came back right before things got too crazy. One fan even wrote, "Sorry dude, I've got zero respect for you. This is all staged and you'll still be with her next week." It made people wonder if the whole thing was planned from the start. What do you think, real drama or just for show? Fans weren't so sure. Just when you thought the drama couldn't get any crazier, Chrisean dropped a bombshell. About a year later, she told the world she was ready to call the cops on Blueface for allegedly punching her in his house. In an emotional Instagram live, she revealed how Blueface tricked her into coming over with their son. "You told me to pull up with the kid in my hand just to sock me," she said, explaining the shocking situation. But that wasn't the end. These two didn't just argue and cause drama, they took it to a whole new level. Especially Chrisean, who made jaws drop during an interview with no jumper. She acted in a way that left fans seriously questioning what was going on. It's like every time you think it can't get worse, they find a way to top themselves. What do you think of all this? Things quickly spiraled out of control when Chrisean, clearly drunk, caused a scene before getting kicked out of the building. "She's off that Hennessy, man," someone said. "There's nothing to talk about. All it's gonna do is make things worse." But the drama didn't stop there. Just 2 days later, things got even crazier. For anyone keeping up with Blueface and Chrisean, there was fresh chaos when Blueface's pregnant baby mama ended up in a fight with 2 women, all because of him. The real jaw-dropper? Blueface just walked away, leaving his baby mama to handle the mess while he hopped into another car. An eyewitness even stepped in to spill the details. Can you believe this wild drama? It's like they're always at the center of some new crazy situation. Chrisean was left in shock, asking, "How did we even get here?" Meanwhile, Blueface, dressed in those white striped pants and a pink tracksuit, was getting into another car. As the fight got more intense, Blueface tried to get involved, saying, "Who is this girl? What's going on?" But it wasn't just the fight that had people talking. Blueface also accused Chrisean of cheating on him with multiple men, even claiming Offset was one of them. At first, he denied the pregnancy, saying their son didn't look anything like him. But Chrisean wasn't backing down. She wasn't going to let him get away with that. Can you believe how messy this whole thing is? It just keeps getting worse. After all the drama, Chrisean opened up to her fans, saying that Blueface wasn't anywhere near her when their son was born. Things got even messier when Blueface started calling her an unfit mother, saying that if she was taken away, his other baby mama, Jaden Alexis, would step in to take care of their son. "I'm not gonna watch the child, so you'll be stuck with it for now," he told her. With Blueface in jail, a lot of the time, he didn't have much of a chance to be around. So how's Chrisean been doing on her own? Well, despite everything, she seems to be handling life well after jail. It's clear she's finding her way even with all the challenges. What do you think? How's she doing with everything going on? Chrisean ended up getting arrested right after Blueface, who's currently serving a 4-year sentence for violating his probation. His violation was connected to a case in Los Angeles involving Tamar Braxton. But that wasn't the end of Chrisean's legal troubles. She also had a warrant out for her arrest in Oklahoma. As for the situation with Tamar, court documents revealed that Chrisean attacked Tamar's backup dancer, James Wright, and he was hurt in the process. Because of that, the court sentenced her to 12 months of probation and 30 days in jail. And just when things couldn't get more complicated, on September 6th, her best friend Smiley. Continue if you need more details. It's been a rough road for Chrisean, and it seems like everything's just piling up on her. What's your take on all of this?